The words were still hanging in the air when I closed the door. "She's a sinking ship," my mother had said, flat and efficient, like she was canceling a subscription instead of a life. $300. Heart medication. She didn't even hesitate. I didn't argue. I smiled. That's how you know something has shifted. In the car, my grandmother's hands shook as she folded her purse on her lap. She apologized for being a burden. She always did. She was the only one who never accused me of stealing when money went missing, the only one who believed me when the family decided I was a convenient villain. I watched the road instead of her face. If I looked at her too long, I might do something reckless. I turned into the wrong driveway on purpose. Marble facade, glass doors, a luxury dealership shining like a confession booth for rich people with nothing to confess. She thought I was lost. I wasn't. I used to think betrayal announced itself, loud, obvious, like a slap. I was wrong. It's quieter than that. It sounds like laughter stopping when you enter a room, like ledgers that don't balance, like your name becoming a punchline when you're not around. It started years ago, after my grandfather died. The money he left was modest, but it had weight, responsibility. I helped manage it because I was good with numbers, because my grandmother trusted me. That was my mistake. Trust is expensive when you're surrounded by people who think love is a transaction. My mother began asking questions she already had answers to. My uncle started joking about audits. My cousins stopped returning calls unless they needed something. Slowly, carefully, I became the story they needed, the thief, the disappointment, the reason things were going wrong. I didn't defend myself. I took notes. The first real crack came when I saw a message on my mother's phone by accident. A screenshot, actually, a transfer confirmation. Money moved from an account only 2 people had access to, me and her. I remember my pulse slowing instead of speeding up. That was the moment I understood the rules. This wasn't chaos, this was coordination. I dug without leaving fingerprints. Public records, bank statements, trust documents quietly amended. The amounts weren't huge at first. They never are. That's how parasites stay invisible. A little here, a little there, always just enough to blame me. I kept smiling at dinners, kept letting the jokes land, let them think I was weak. People relax when they think you're broken. That's when planning becomes easy. $300. That was the test. My grandmother needed medication. Not optional, not cosmetic, survival. I asked the family because I wanted to hear them say it out loud. I wanted confirmation, not hope. Sinking ship. I nodded. I thanked them. I drove my grandmother away from that house for the last time. I had already contacted a lawyer weeks earlier, not a dramatic one, a quiet one, the kind who listens more than he speaks, the kind who doesn't flinch when you say words like embezzlement and elder financial abuse. The dealership doors slid open as if they recognized us. My grandmother clutched my arm, confused, embarrassed. Then the lawyer arrived. He didn't sit. He stood like this was a briefing, not a conversation. He addressed her, not me. Respect matters in moments like that. He explained the lottery ticket she bought on a whim months ago, the one she forgot about, the one the family never knew existed because they'd stopped asking her questions that mattered. $500 million. I watched her face fold inward, then open again like a sunrise struggling through clouds. I watched her look for my reaction before allowing herself one. That broke something in me and fixed something else. The lawyer slid papers across the desk, trust documents, new ones, ironclad, temporary guardianship, immediate asset protection. I was already listed. The confrontation didn't happen all at once. That would have been mercy. First, accounts froze, then letters arrived, formal, cold, then subpoenas, the kind that make phones ring late at night. I didn't answer when my mother called. I wanted her to sit with the silence, to feel it crawl under her skin the way suspicion once crawled under mine. When we finally met, it was in a conference room that smelled like polished wood and consequences. She looked smaller, angrier. She tried to speak first. The lawyer didn't let her. He laid it out calmly. Dates, amounts, patterns, the trust amendments forged in my grandmother's unsteady name, the money funneled through shell accounts, the medical neglect. Sinking ship, he repeated, almost kindly. My mother's eyes found mine then. She was looking for denial, for tears, for anything familiar. I gave her nothing. Now, in the quiet after, I sit beside my grandmother as machines hum steadily. Her medication is paid for, her future secured.